This is the Washington Times front page for Tuesday, December 9th, 2025. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. The Supreme Court has signaled a readiness to grant presidents expansive powers to fire top officers at independent agencies. Alex Sawyer and Stephen Dinan report Chief Justice John Roberts declared the 1935 precedent, a case to be known as Humphrey's Executor, to be a dried husk that has been overtaken by law and the modern expansive administrative state that runs much of government. He and the court's other Republican-appointed justices seem ready to take up the call by Solicitor General John Sauer to find that agencies such as the Federal Trade Commission and National Labor Relations Board must fall under full presidential control. Justice Elena Kagan predicted chaos if the court expands the president's firing powers. Senate Republicans are floating a variety of health care plans to address the year-end expiration of enhanced premium subsidies that's expected to more than double out-of-pocket costs for 22 million Americans. Lindsay McPherson reports there are at least 5 GOP proposals, 2 of which would temporarily continue the subsidies and 3 that rely on alternative approaches to delivering government aid. The enhanced subsidies are more expansive versions of the Affordable Care Act premium tax credits that Democrats enacted during the pandemic, capping out-of-pocket costs at 0% to 8.5% based on household income. 2 of the Senate GOP proposals to temporarily continue the subsidies would reinstate an income cap at a higher level, currently $62,600 for an individual or $128,600 for a family of 4. President Trump will outline his plan to tackle persistent inflation and economic concerns during a stop in Northwest Pennsylvania. Tom Howell reports Trump says Democrats are using their affordability mantra to downplay his progress in bringing down prices, yet economic worries are unmistakable and unshakable as the president tries to upend trade and reshape the economy. Trump recently eased tariffs on coffee, bananas, and other groceries to lower prices. He has promised bigger tax refunds and claims new automobile and pharmaceutical plants will bring more jobs. Only 36% of voters strongly or slightly approved of Trump's handling of the economy in a November poll from Marquette University, down from 43% in July. The notion of actual kinetic warfare in space is fueling a high-stakes debate in national security circles. Ben Wolfgang reports one of the key conversations is whether the U.S. should pursue offensive weapons or restrict its space-based assets to defensive capabilities. High-level national security sources say the intensifying discussion will be a key topic at the Space Power 2025 conference this week in Orlando. The 3-day gathering, organized by the Space Force Association, will bring together key figures from the military and defense industry. And finally, Chinese carrier-borne aircraft twice locked their radars onto Japanese F-15s monitoring the Chinese force. Andrew Salmon reports the incidents took place over international waters southeast of Okinawa. A Chinese Navy spokesperson said Japanese aircraft repeatedly approached and harassed the flight training of one of its aircraft carriers, which had been pre-announced, posing a grave threat to flight safety. Find all today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find us on social media at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.